consumer product. He only had one song.
Thank you, Wack. Jesus, niggas thought I was tripping.
And that motherfucker...
Yeah, he only had one song, bro.
He only had one song, so he ain't... And I think he fucked up. What he should have dropped. When that nigga got out, he was supposed to let something go. I don't know what the fuck.
Preach, Wack.
Started twerking and shit. Yeah, he snapped for that.
Nigga was on that dance and shit.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. He running around like he's supposed to drop before what was it, All-Star Weekend so?
Mm-hmm. And he came out here twerking.
Well, before he got booked, he was dancing on the table, so that's what he knew.
I might have waited too long. I think the nigga gonna go double wood.
Talk your shit, Wack.
Not double wood.
Double wood.
Can it get
no,
double
for
wood?
real. No, listen.
So Wack,
On top of that, fact.
On top of that, he losing the streets with all this disco.
Don People's Deadbolt. Let's talk about it. So we got to get into these Wack 100 comments that he made on my man Bobby Shmurda, aka Mr. Smoney. You know, speaking on Bobby Shmurda, about to get ready to release his album, and predicts that he's gonna go double wood because the streets ain't respecting the twerking. And he predicts that that's gonna mess up his record sales. Also that he didn't drop day one when he came home. My take on this whole situation is, now half the time Wack is wrong, but a lot of the times Wack be speaking them facts. And Bobby definitely did not capitalize off the situation that he had when he first came home, because my man had the streets coming off of a snitching campaign-a-thon, like a marathon of snitching. I mean, you know, you had the whole 6ix9ine situation and that whole fiasco, and, you know, Bobby and Rowdy coming home from a situation to where they stood tall. Bobby took more time, you know, because of Rowdy and making sure Rowdy, you know, didn't get a longer sentence, you know, really did some stand-up things. So when he came home, he had the streets. I mean, people were anticipating Bobby. And even though he only had a one kind of hit wonder type situation with Hot Nigga, the fact that he went through a real situation, the streets was definitely about to get ready to embrace him. And it definitely just feel like when he came home, he was just getting used and all of his energy and juice was getting sucked dry. You know, just hanging around all different cats from the industry, you know, receiving gifts, going on festival runs, tour runs with rappers, you know, making appearances, collecting the show money, the bag, I get it, but really didn't drop a welcome home track. You know, that's what we needed to hear from Bobby, you know, a behind the wall track. And, you know, he really came home on some twerking shit, like really not being about, you know, the music and seeming like he was just basking in his glory of being a real dude and standing tall. But, you know, in this day and age when you got so many fake dudes in the game and the attention spans are so small, people ain't really holding and grasping on the things like they used to. I think you thought that your sauce was going to last all the way until the end of time, when really you just seem like one of the guys now. You know, Rowdy came home, really didn't make a splash when he came before you, and we thought when you came home, it was just going to be on a different type of time. You was immediately going to drop music, and we was going to get to this money. It could have just been a mixtape, but it just seemed like, man, you know, you just really came home on some, you know, I'm just home and let me just bask and soak in my raw oats and get on this dancing stuff. But like I told people, man, like Bobby's always been on the twerking. Hot Nigga, he was twerking in that video and moving and gyrating and doing all that stuff. I mean, that's what he was doing. So he comes from that type of, you know, background of the dancing and, you know, dancing on Epic's table when he got his deal and the whole nine. So Bobby definitely came from that type of wave. So we can't just say this came out of the blue. It just seems like he's going over the top with it. Like somebody told him like, hey, you might want to get the twerking a little bit more, you know. And I understand and I'm fully aware that the industry control who's hot and who's not, but the streets also control it. They have a 50% stake in this as well. And I don't think they're embracing Bobby like we thought they would. I mean, this new song with him, Rowdy, and you know, Quavo, it's typical I got bread and you don't type of vibe. A lot of bright colors, hands on his hips, moving, gyrating, not talking complete sentences. You can't never understand what him and Rowdy be talking about. I know they, got island descent. They some island boys, but you really can't, understand them for real. But Bobby is just you can tell in the video just excited, like he's on 10 adrenaline pills, like he didn't pop like I'm talking about a whole 6 of Red Bulls right before he did the video. I mean, he just up. You feel what I mean? And I feel that instead of coming home and really embracing the streets, telling them stories from inside the can, talking about year 2 and year 3 when you still had another 2 or 3 to go. What was the time like? Was you getting pressed in jail? What was the temperature? Any of those type of things that was happening. Telling stories from other dudes who's in there for life, and just the whole GS9, just putting that on your back. It seemed like that you forgot that struggle, and it's always like that when you come home and you get money and you got the women, you got the clout, you the official street dude in the industry, so to speak. You guys really went through some stuff and came home still young, able to talk about it. And I think instead of getting the people to gravitate to you guys, because y'all should be the hardest, GS9 should be the hardest group out, because they got real street ties. They really was mobbing, really went to jail for this, and stood tall. So your whole team should be on, all y'all should be mobbing, and y'all should have a project out, and you should be leading the way. It's just like when I listen to you on the $1 Million Worth of Game, I agree with one thing you said, like, yo, people are too serious. These dudes is too serious in the industry and wouldn't bust a grape in real life, really soft in real life. I get all that, and I think a lot of people do. So you ain't got to be serious all the time and be the one in the club that ain't grooving, but nobody's twerking and moving their hips like that as a grown man. We just not doing that. So you got to understand, it's not that you dancing, but it's the way that you moving that got people on a different type of time. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what I want you to understand with this. It's not that you're dancing. It's just the way you dancing, and I think once you see that, okay, yeah, it ain't that, it might just be the way I'm moving. And then you coming home from prison, it's a lot of correlation with that. So I think that's what Wack was really speaking on with this whole situation. Like, you really came home and really didn't grasp the streets and put the streets on your back when you had real dudes champion you because of what you did and, standing tall in your situation. I think you let a lot of street dudes down when you came home with that type of act. You didn't take advantage of everything you needed to take advantage of. Listening to these labels, Rock Nations and Epics and all these different people who control you, control your music. I mean, you're telling us, oh, don't blame me, blame the label. But every time you come out or every time you doing something, you coming out on some, like you could have leaked a couple of tracks, some street tracks or some, whatever. It doesn't have to be just you just showing like the money when it's really a loan, because you ain't been home long enough to make no real bread. You didn't have no real money waiting for you when you came home on that type of time, but just a lot of gift bread. And then, the label obviously probably advancing you another check because you about to get ready to drop a project and, you got a little juice behind you. So, it's like you flossing loan money for real. So it's kind of like you need to really pump your brakes and kind of just try to save your career. Because, I mean, for him to say that you're going to go double wood, that means you're going to sell into 10,000. And I think that would be a huge disappointment. You selling under 10,000 records with the juice you had when you first came home would be a huge disappointment and could possibly end your career. especially with a major. I think Rock Nation, and they're going to drop you like a bad habit once they see you not selling. So I think you got a lot riding on this. And even though they might be telling you to do one thing, this is your career and you know how these labels are. Let's not forget, before you went to jail, hot niggas started dying down. You was becoming irrelevant before you went to jail. So you know how quick this can be snatched from you. So you need to seize the moment. Y'all need to drop a GS9 tape. Take it to the streets, like on some G-Unit stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you really got to bring that street energy. So I hope your album got both sides. I hope it got the party, the club side, you know, for the radios. You can please the labels, but also got that authentic side so we can really get to know you. Because, like, when I listen to your interviews, it's like we can't really get to know the true Bobby Shmurda. And I think that's a problem. And I think once you can't really connect with your fans like that, I think you're going to lose them, because you think that you got a solid fan base. You only got one hit. It's kind of like we gotta see what the follow-up game like, because this song ain't really smacking like that. Of course, they're going to put the bag behind it, so you're going to have the promotion roll out and that whole nine, but, you know, really, you know, is it going to be a hit? Is you going to really sell over 100,000? I mean, if you did that, I mean, that's really a miracle to me. You know, if Wack's predicting that you do 10, I say, man, you're going to do about 15,000 first week. And I think the label is banking on you to do between 50 and 60,000 first week, just so they can recoup something. But if you do 100K or better, obviously it's to the moon for Bobby. But, you know, I just really feel like where he's at now and coming home the way he did, kind of on the dance and stuff, trying to be Pop Bobby, really trying to be Bobby Brown instead of Bobby Shmurda. This is what, you know, he has to go through. And I think he has an uphill battle, you know, to come out and really hit him hard in the game with the first week numbers. But we gonna see. Bobby's got an album about to get ready to drop. I'm definitely gonna do a review on that, and we gonna talk about what happened. But I want y'all to get in the comment box and let me know what y'all think. Do y'all feel like Bobby Shmurda is gonna go double Wood when he drops his album? Or do you feel he gonna do 50K or better? You know, I want y'all to get in the comment box, man. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think. Do y'all feel like Bobby Shmurda's rap career is over? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification tab so y'all can tap in every time I drop a video. It's your boy Don Peoples. Deadbolt. Gone.